Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we're talking about the trailer for The Batman that was released at the DC Fandome, and I've got some friends with me today. So we have Ismail, who's usually here.
Hello.
Thanks for that. We have Dylan, who's appeared on stream before. Hello. And we have Sid, who has his own channel, Topman Sid. So be sure to check the link in the description and subscribe to him because he makes sick videos.
Thank you for having me on, man.
You're welcome, man. So, this should be fun. Basically, what did you guys think about the trailer for The Batman?
To be honest, from what I saw from the set pictures, it was a lot better than what I was thinking it would be.
Yeah, I agree with that.
What were you thinking? What were you thinking it was going to be like?
Yeah, but I just thought his suit looked like, from the release, like, you know, the video they released ages ago of the suit. They showed the suit. I wasn't a huge fan of the suit. I didn't think it looked bad, but I didn't think it was like anything amazing either. But I think it looks really good in this trailer. But
I didn't think it was going to work in like the movie, but in the trailer it works in like every scene. Like it just looks natural. So
yeah, I thought because it kind of reminds me of Arkham Batman, and then also the set photos when he was on the bike. I wasn't the biggest fan of like the way he looked.
With the Batmobile.
Yeah, and the Batmobile, which I'm still kind of getting used to. I don't hate it as much as I did when I first saw it, but
it's not as good as previous Batmobiles.
I think the fact that they said that it's year 2 Batman makes me warm.
It's the start of the journey.
Yeah, it's the start. Yeah, so
can level up the Batmobile, can level up the suit. I think this can go for that.
Yeah. By the way,
bashes on the head. As well.
Yeah, I just want to say that if there's any or if the audio sounds a bit funny, it's because we're recording using Discord, so it's like a bit different. It should be good, but I thought the trailer was really good. It's like they ended it with a bang. This is the best thing they showed at the DC Fandome, in my opinion.
Did it catch anyone's attention how they tried to use like the Dark Knight a lot in these last few movies?
What do you mean?
Because in Joker, you know how he had the face mask.
Yeah.
Did that just not remind you of the initial scene in Dark Knight, the bank robbery?
I guess the ones that were inspired by him.
Yeah, but then, you know, in this trailer when there's that guy that has like a letter on his chest and it says "to the Batman" or something like that.
It reminds you of that part where Joker hangs the guy and slams him on the window. Yeah.
No. It reminds you of the part when he had that phone in his chest.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, I know what
you're saying. I know, yeah. In the jail.
The police station. That reminds me
of that,
Yeah. That's
this is very realistic. It's very grounded. It looks like very much like Christopher Nolan tried to do.
Yeah, but it's like Matt Reeves' own spin on it.
Things of that.
Yeah.
But I think with the Nolan movies, it was more like with Batman's armor and vehicles and stuff. It was more like military heavy. Where this is more just like whatever.
He hasn't got
a civilian can get.
Yeah,
he hasn't got Lucius Fox. He hasn't got Lucius Fox to help him. He hasn't got he doesn't know how to use his money yet. This Batcave is very messy. You can see it's lots of stuff crumpled together.
Yeah, it's like super primitive and small.
It's very rough. Exactly. He's still setting up everything. You know what I mean? The Batcave and stuff like that. It's a massive Batcave.
Yeah. So everything that they showed, I thought looked great for the most part. The only thing I was I didn't think it was bad. I was just kind of taken aback by the Riddler's design. I was like, oh, whoa, that's like a big departure, but it's interesting.
It's a different thing.
It looks like Hush.
Yeah, it does. It looks a lot like Hush. Yeah.
Bandage around his face. Yeah. Glasses around, but it looks cool. It looks cool. I think.
I think you have to go for that sort of design though, because if you're gonna go for you can't go with the bright green suit.
Yeah, it's not Jim Carrey. It's not Jim Carrey.
Yeah, it's too tacky.
Oh god, Jim Carrey. I was hoping they'd announce that Schumacher cut at the Fandome, but they didn't. I actually wanted that to be a thing. I'd probably be more excited.
The movie's perfect already. Nostalgia.
Yeah, well, for me it was. That was one of the first Batman movies I ever saw. But the tone that they've set up is it's nice. It's kind of dark and
it seems different. It seems very different to the normal Batman movies.
That was what Matt Reeves was saying. You know the panel for it where they talked to him. He was pointing out that he made a big point to point out that this is going to be a very different Batman movie and that it's not going to be anything like we've ever seen before in terms of
he feels more of a detective sort of thing.
Yeah,
noir detective mystery story.
Yeah,
so that's the world's greatest detective.
Yeah, and it looks like they're actually doing that. He's actually. I know in the Dark Knight trilogy.
didn't he say that it's going to be a detective story? Mainly.
Yeah.
It's not going to be like very violent focused and all that.
Or like action. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just going to mainly be like him being the detective, like the detective.
But the action we did see looked great. That one scene.
Yeah, definitely.
He did say he was going to implement action. He's like, action's always important, but you always need the character around it, and
he'll probably have like. Yeah, he'll probably have a lot less action, but when he does have the action, it'll probably be like very interesting.
Yeah, the thing for me is like, even with the other Batman movies, like when I actually thought about it, I was like, oh, okay, this is like, that's actually kind of shocking when I think about it. For me, the action is never the standout in the Batman movies. Like, it's good, but the stuff they do with the characters and all that kind of stuff is like a lot more interesting than the action most of the time.
Now that you mention that, it does.
Yeah, like it never really like dawned on me until I thought about it the other day when I saw that trailer. I was like, the action's like never. I mean, the only time it's like BVS, probably.
That's what made The Dark Knight so good, because it was like, you can't beat the Joker using your fists. You have to like, he's mentally like beating you, trying to kill you at your own, like, oh, you're gonna kill someone as you will. Like, that was the example there.
Yeah.
And with him and the Riddler, it's all about intellect, about him finding out, is he the bad guy? Is he the one corrupting Gotham? Is the Waynes involved in this? Is maybe the Court of Owls are involved? I don't want to jump the gun too early, but it seemed to be like Easter egg when you're opening the book, the riddles and stuff like that. It's going to be very cool.
Well, speaking of the Court of Owls, Ismail found the Easter egg in there.
Basically, you know, with the card that they opened.
Yeah, exactly.
Commissioner Gordon says, does this mean anything to you? There was an owl on the card, and it was a Halloween themed card, I'm pretty sure, which is a reference to the Long Halloween comics.
Yeah, so this could be a big influence there.
Yeah, and
there was also some like hieroglyphic stuff in the card. I don't know. Anything else?
Yeah. It looked
like. I don't know what that was.
I don't know.
No one's decoded it yet. I've seen loads of like Reddit posts where like people are trying to decode it, but they can't. They can't like figure it out yet. I don't think.
Yeah, we'll see.
I think it's early stages yet, I guess, because obviously, have they started shooting it again?
Yeah, it says currently in production at the end of the trailer, so I'm assuming they've gone back to it.
Yeah.
It's COVID production.
Oh, yeah, good thing.
In UK, I think they're filming it.
Liverpool, yeah, that was where they were.
That's cool to see.
Yeah.
The Gothic architecture and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Making Gotham look.
And also,
like its own.
The fact that this is 20 to 30% of the moment, that blows my mind.
We got this much.
It looks this good. Could you imagine what the rest of the movie's going to be like?
Yeah, DC's really stepped up their game with these movies.
Yeah.
This is the director. They're giving the focus back to the director. It's not
instead of the studio just interfering,
And Matt Reeves is one of the best directors around. I'm watching Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. That was one of the first films, like, I was young, and you're usually, like, into, like, fast-paced action. Yeah. Like, you're into that kind of thing. But that was, like, the first kind of movie I ever watched where it was, like, slow build, but it's all based on character. Mm-hmm. Exactly, and it's all crescendoing into action and more action by the end of the film. And you hear Matt Reeves. He's saying it's going to be like a snowball effect. It's all going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And it's all going to lead to a crescendo like Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, and like, movie. Kind of like with War for the Planet of the Apes as well, where that was like...
Yeah, I need to watch that movie, yeah.
Have you not seen it?
That movie
no.
Watch it, it's really so good, yeah.
That's so good.
Probably my favourite Planet of the Apes movie out of the three new ones.
Yeah, it's very... Yeah, I don't know if it's better than the first one, but it's definitely up there.
Yeah, but Matt Reeves is a great director, and the way he shoots things as well, I really like it. Like some of the shots in this trailer looked amazing.
The way he was talking in the panel was almost as interesting as the trailer. If they ended the panel without a trailer, I'd still be like, oh my god, this guy knows what he's doing.
Yeah, because the way he was talking, it was kind of like what we said about the Suicide Squad, where there's like the passion that he has was so like obvious. Like you could see that he really cared about this movie.
It seems he's got his head's like you can see the pitch he made to Warner Brothers, and you can see like the universe he's almost trying to make already, like Kevin Feige type stuff. I don't know, obviously jump the gun too early, but with this whole spin-off they've already like commissioned, it's focusing on year 1 Batman, and this being year 2 Batman, and how corruption is like in all levels, GCPD, Batman, that's going to be tension filled. In the trailer you see that. One of my favourite bits in that trailer was Batman almost like fighting with some of the policemen in the cage. Some of the policemen holding him back.
Yeah, and then when they push him up against the wall.
So it was like
weird. It's weird with the police thing because it's weird to figure out where his position with the police is. Because at the start you see him working with them, and then you see him fighting with them. But then when he's grappling up and people are shooting at him. If you pause it, one of the frames is a police guard shooting at him. So
looks like maybe it takes place after, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, also they might have flashbacks. You never know because obviously with Matt Reeves saying that it's like there's corruption plays a huge part. I'm thinking that at the end of the trailer, we're just kind of like jumping around the whole thing, I guess. With at the end of the trailer, when Riddler says to him, "You're part of this," and Batman says, "How am I part of this?" and he says, "You'll see." I think he's referring to his parents, probably.
Yeah, I think
and
he's
he
going to go
knows
back
that he's
towards
Bruce
his family.
Wayne. Yeah.
Yeah.
We were talking about that the other day, Sid, weren't we? We were saying like that's going to be an interesting thing that they could probably do with Batman in there, because obviously I don't think we've ever seen that in any of the movies.
Yeah, we've seen it in the comics before, and in the White Knight and Hush, where the Waynes are very much involved in, or maybe they're cute on Telltale Games as well. Before the trailer came out, I was like, this is very similar to Telltale Games. Not that that's a bad thing, because it's very inspired by, like, how it's just very modern, realistic, but at the same time, as you get deeper and deeper into the corruption, it's very, sinister. Very sinister.
Yeah.
And I do like the eyeliner, as I jump into the topic, but,
just go wherever you want.
The eyeliner of Bruce, it just looks so cool. I've never seen this before.
I think
that colour looks so cringe, but it looks fantastic.
I think they've done it really well. Like, the way they made him look suits the role he's playing.
He looks rough as well. Like, you could tell he's been through it. And this motivates him.
Exactly, he's still a young Batman. Also, going back to the police thing, is like, it looks like maybe he thinks people are speculating online that maybe he already knows that one of the policemen is corrupt. But he's not, sometimes he's still a young Batman, so he's not the one where he's like, oh, I'm going to be the intellect, stay calm, stay cool, and long term I'll outmaneuver him. Mm-hmm. Maybe he jumps the gun a bit too early, maybe he makes the rash decision to start going at a police officer, but then that costs him later in the movie and he has to run away from the police. And it's all of that dynamic and juggling.
Yeah.
He's probably trying to decide whether he can trust the police.
Yeah, that was kind of reminded me of like in Arkham Origins, where in Arkham Origins, that part where, like, well, not in that specific game, but like just overall in that game, where he was like, beating people like loads, like within like an inch of their life, basically. And but he was like punching that guy down on the ground. I was like, that kind of reminds me of that game, which I know some people don't like that game, but I did. So
I was a bit worried when I saw that punching scene, because it was a bit punching him senseless, and I don't know. I don't think that guy's.
I think that's the point, though.
And then he'll grow into real, like, kind of less beaty Batman by the end of.
Yeah. When he said "I am vengeance," that was so. I think that his voice was spot on.
I was hoping he would say "I am vengeance," I am Batman, but he didn't say.
He will say it. He will say it.
That's what.
You know that.
If he does that, very good.
Batman, if he would have said "I am Batman," then I think.
I don't think they just showed that in the trailer.
We've heard that before. We've heard "I am Batman."
We haven't heard "I am vengeance" in any of the movies.
I mean, the guy that he's punching. I want to like touch on this like a little bit.
Yeah.
It got like the paint on, like the white face paint.
Yeah.
But, there's some speculation of who it could be. Everyone's saying that it could be some of the Joker's goons, but I think I don't think. I would like to see it be the mutants, maybe.
From
just
the
from
Dark
Dark
Knight
Returns.
Because
obviously that's my favourite.
Remind me who they were again?
The mutants, they're like a gang that follows the mutant leader, and they just do whatever they want. They're basically just like, they're just Gotham's goons, basically.
The mutant leader is basically that guy with like the Cyclops-looking visors.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but do they have any specific like stuff like that's different about them, or is it just like?
They just
do all the dirty work.
They just look proper weird. That's the only thing. They all do the same thing, but they become the sons of Batman later. That's the main thing about them. Batman defeats the mutant leader, and then they become the sons of Batman and help Batman clean up the streets.
Now that you mention that, you see, you can clear there's still modern influences in terms of like the guy. If you look closely when he's punching the man, one of the goons is actually filming him. With actual cell phone. So that confirms it's pretty much, it's inspired by 70s Taxi Driver and stuff like that, like the Joker actually, the movie. It's very going to be like, maybe that whole thing with him filming Batman, maybe leads to what you said about, the gangs maybe that's how Gotham falls in love with Batman in terms of like how he gets on the pedestal of being the top knight, like the Dark Knight.
Yeah.
In terms of that.
Yeah. And then also, I was what did you guys think about? Because I thought he looked really good. I was happy when they casted him. Jeffrey Wright as Commissioner Gordon. I
think he looks good.
I thought he looked great. Yeah, and actually, I was going to say something to Sid, but no, I won't say that because that's going to spoil something else. Forget it. But
there's a lot of avenues that you can go with this. Is like because it's like I think it's not going to be a trilogy. I think I think it's going to be like multiple.
No, I don't think it will be.
Well, my brother was saying to me that he read somewhere that there's rumors that it could be a trilogy, so I guess it depends. It was going to make money regardless because it's Batman, so I don't think that's not going to make any difference if it's
$1 billion makes it.
Yeah, it more than likely will. Yeah.
Because do you think we'll see Batman with Joker anytime soon?
Which Joker, Joaquin Phoenix, or a new one?
Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix.
It would be very interesting.
I'm doubtful.
It could fit.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is with Joaquin Phoenix, someone tried to make a connection with, the guy that he beats up, the ones in the white face paint. If they are Joker, they were saying that it could be the ones that were inspired by Joaquin Phoenix's Joker.
Maybe,
they were masked, but it says, after, it's gonna be 20 years after that. And then that would 20 be the way 30? That they could...
It's set in modern day, right?
Yeah, that's the only thing. It takes place too long after the 70s, even though it's very much inspired by similar movies, and even the logo looks similar to the Joker. Mm-hmm. So you never know. But
yeah, Joker would be 80 years old, I think.
Exactly, and I think there was already rumors
of Joker. They went with a different direction of what people thought the Joker was like, to what they put the Joker in that movie.
Mm-hmm. Maybe
so
they'll do the same with Batman.
Really work?
Yeah, maybe they'll do the same with Batman as this, though. Obviously, they might go in a different direction, because obviously Matt Reeves kept pointing that out. Another thing that they showed as well, that was interesting was Catwoman, Selena Kyle.
Yes.
That was one of the things I was kind of iffy on, that's definitely not her final suit, I know that, but
that's not a final suit.
Interesting direction.
Yeah, interesting direction. It's just
a mask halfway through her face. I like the idea that it automatically makes that Catwoman silhouette. Mm-hmm. And the way she was moving, the way moving her hands, going down, even a few scenes, she's moving like Catwoman.
Yeah,
she's I think she's a great actress. I think she'll smash it. Mm-hmm. But in terms of her costume, obviously it's obviously a B-Tech, almost like a setup, but obviously I'll say that. Go on.
Yeah, but do you think that could be just her starting out on suits?
Exactly. Yeah. That's what.
It's going to upgrade like Batman. I think we'll see both of them upgrade as we go along.
That's what Matt Reeves was
saying. The other thing I was surprised about was that going into another villain, because obviously we have Catwoman, who's villain-esque, and then we have Riddler, Penguin. I was surprised. I didn't even know. I couldn't tell that was Colin Farrell.
I cannot believe that.
I can't either. Nothing like him. It looks nothing like him. I don't know how if there's not some sort of makeup Oscar in there for that, I don't know what deserves one. I don't know. Suicide Squad got one.
Because I haven't seen anything from Colin Farrell in terms of him gaining weight.
Yeah, I didn't even know he was he'd look like that. He looks nothing like him.
But it also shows that they're just choosing the right actor. It's not get someone that looks like a fat actor who's good. They're always focusing. I think Colin Farrell. They pick the right actor and they're just making him look like that comic actor.
Yeah,
but for him to get that much weight and keep it on the low, that must have been so tough.
Yeah, I would say though that even I know people don't like Robert Pattinson. I'm willing to give him a chance because Twilight's not the only thing he's ever made. But I don't think there's a single person in this movie who's been miscast. I think everyone's been casted perfectly.
Yeah.
By the looks of it.
Paul Dano. Paul Dano in particular.
I've
seen him in Prisoners. I've seen him in War and Peace. He's a phenomenal actor.
Yeah, I saw
when they
Luca
announced it,
was great.
Exactly. And obviously, it's almost a shame that they're not maybe showing his face a bit more, because I think his facial expression, everything's on point. He's really good, man. I can't wait to see his interpretation of the Riddler, man.
Yeah. So I was just impressed by everything with this.
I wanted to talk about the the funeral scene that we see where
the guy's got the bomb strapped to him, and
so with the funeral scene, we I think it's the funeral is the person who is taped up at the start, and so we see the guy come out with the bomb. The car that actually crashes into the funeral home, or whatever it is, the church,
the funeral home,
death on arrival on it, I think.
Does it? I never noticed that.
DOA.
And then the number plate, I searched the number plate and I couldn't find anything for that. If there's any comic reference.
Imagine.
For that. But and then we see obviously Bruce Wayne there, but then it sort of cuts, and then we see later the explosion. So we know that Batman goes back to the Batcave, gets his suit, and returns there. So the bomb must be set for a long period, because when it blows up, we can see that it's nighttime because it blows up in front of Batman. It was just a split a split-second shot, but I managed to pause it at the right time. And if you look out the windows of the church, it's nighttime, and obviously the bat suit's on, and the explosion just sends him flying back. So we can just assume that Bruce went quickly back to the bat cave, got his armor, and then went back there to try and defuse it.
Yeah.
Oh, and if you pause it at the right time, there's also a robot that's trying to defuse the bomb. So we see one of Batman.
A robot.
Yeah,
robot.
I'll put. It's like a.
That is crazy.
A drone thing. I'll put a shot of it in the video.
Maybe it's one of those modern influences. The phone, the drone, it always still like modern times, 21st century. Maybe that's it.
Yeah, so that's
like a full-on robot.
I thought you meant. I was like, what channel are you watching?
It's like a little It's just like a little thing at the side, but it looks like a sort of drone sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then I think that's our first sort of look at Batman's gadgets, and maybe that's what he's going to have.
That'd be cool, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think the only one thing I just want to say, the only thing we didn't get to see, we heard obviously, but I think the only thing in terms of casting we didn't get to see was Andy Serkis as Alfred. We heard him, but
we heard his voice, but we didn't see him.
That's true.
Which I
think
I want to talk about.
I think it's interesting. I think it's interesting.
Sounds like a young Alfred.
Like
sounds like a young.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. I think it sounds like a younger Alfred.
I think he's going to do a younger Alfred, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It sounded like that.
I think with the one other thing I wanted to say was the Batcave. It looks like the Batcave might be through the graveyard. It just looks like that, I guess, from the trailer.
Graveyard.
I think it should be under Wayne Manor.
No, I think in the graveyard, because when you see Batman go on the motorcycle through the graveyard, the next scene I'm pretty sure is the Batcave of him going into the Batcave, which indicates that it might be through the graveyard. But that'll be, I think that would be cool because it's a new approach on the.
It's a massive Batcave. I like how big it is.
If you're saying about that with the graveyard, I think it'd be like really good, but like super eerie, like imagery. If it's kind of like his parents' grave is the entrance to the Batcave, and then
that's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, because if they did that, then it's like that's why he's Batman, and then he's going into the Batcave through kind of like that would be like. I don't think they'd do that, but if they did, then it'd be very, very interesting.
It'd be great imagery, perfect imagery.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if it is the graveyard,
because then you can also like justify it as his parents are always with him when he's in the Batcave doing his work to like protect people.
Yeah,
maybe Catwoman finds. If it is the graveyard, doesn't Catwoman like have like a driving scene in a motorcycle there?
Yeah, we saw that in the set.
So maybe she find. So if that is the case, maybe she does find out that Bruce is doing. Like maybe she follows sneakily. Batman is in that cave, and they have to have that whole. The debacle and stuff. The scene where have you seen the behind scenes footage where he like falls off the motorcycle?
Yeah.
So it's like that. So that'd be cool to see if maybe Catwoman gets entangled with Batman's doings, and maybe that's why Batman
bring that being back into it. Didn't
you? Maybe that's why Batman like has to like. Obviously, sometimes Batman can't like pursue Catwoman in terms of arresting her because maybe she knows stuff that is part of the mystery, and also maybe she knows his identity. Maybe the Riddler knows his identity from the end of that trailer, actually. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people as well saying the music didn't really fit with the trailer, but I was fine with it. It didn't really bother me.
Yeah, I think it was okay.
It's great.
Yeah, some people just were saying that it didn't really fit, but I don't know. I was fine with it.
Mate, it's stuck in my head, mate. I don't know. Nirvana.
But yeah, that's about all I have to say.
That's all I have to say on the topic as well. Sid, I mean, it's really good. Really good.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, also, one thing that I would say is that, do you think that Matt Reeves saw what they'd previously done with Batman and how the reaction was people were thinking that it wasn't that good, so that inspired him to make him want to do even better with this Batman and blow it out of the water?
Well, he did say that he's obviously taken a lot of influence and stuff from, he's kind of cherry picked the best parts from each version of Batman and then made his own different versions. So, it's gonna be a kind of like big mishmash of like the best things and new stuff.
Yeah, I don't think it's like a case of like...
because the Ben Affleck Batman was...
I don't think it's a case of like Ben Affleck's Batman. I don't think it's a case of like, because I think he said in the panel himself that he likes Ben Affleck's Batman.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
I think it's not a case of like, oh, they did it bad, I'm going to do it good. It's a case of doing something that hasn't been done before in terms of detective noir story, but also taking that like gothic approach.
Because I don't think a single thing that went wrong with Ben Affleck's Batman was his fault. He was perfect for that.
Definitely.
And he's got.
I don't think you can ever blame the actors.
There's people that love him. There's people that love Ben Affleck's Batman. They say he's the best one.
I liked Ben Affleck's Batman while he was there and not in Justice League.
Yeah, and while he didn't pick up guns and start shooting people.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas Zack Snyder doesn't really focus on like the character decisions of why did they do it? Like why is he started killing people? It was just for the. It's not like about this whole Justice League thing now. It's more personal, more like psychological. Like how does this affect Bruce Wayne? Like how is this thing about the Waynes being corrupt? How's Gotham gonna like affect him, and how's he gonna affect Gotham? Like that's what
it seems like a more personal story than sort of like other superhero movies these days that are just more concerned about setting like being more a piece in a big puzzle as opposed to just being a movie, which I like. So.
Yeah.
Now the puzzle is Batman himself, and that's why always Batman is one of the best superheroes because it's like his universe, his city. That's like a universe in itself almost. So that's what I'm excited to see from Matt Reeves to explore.
Yeah, just everything about this looked great in my opinion. So yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, great.
Is that all we have to say?
Yep.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
I could talk about this for ages, but
I think we are going to do basically one thing I just wanted to discuss is that we were thinking about doing a weekly podcast. I mean, we were thinking about doing it. So where we could just talk like a lot of different topics, but we'll fill you in on that once the idea develops, guys. So if you do want that, let us know in the comments. But I think that's all we have to say. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So like always, thanks for watching, guys. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to like and also subscribe. You can also check out our other DC Fandome videos. There's a playlist for that now, I think.
Yeah. Be sure to check out the link in the description as well. Subscribe to Top Man Sid. Follow him on Instagram. Follow us on Instagram. Just check out all the links in the description.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you for Sid and Dylan for joining us today. Hopefully we can have you guys back on in the future and maybe even more people. So thank you for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
See ya.